Dear pen pal, I am 14 years old, 15 in 2 weeks. I live with my mum and dad and younger sister. My favourite food is strawberries and my favourite colour is pink. I'd love to hear about some of your favourite things too.
Dear Abigail, thank you for your letter. I enjoyed reading it. My name is Pauline. I live on my own as my husband has passed away. I'm 76 years old. I have 2 children. My daughter lives in Perth, Australia, and my son lives in Brisbane, Australia.
One of my hobbies is aerial arts, which is performing acrobatics in the air. I also enjoy performing arts such as acting, and I take music as a GCSE.
I also love rockabilly music and country. I'm a good dancer and love jiving. I like talking. I have climbed Sydney Harbour Bridge and Stanley Bridge in Brisbane, Australia.
I would like to know a little about you too, your hobbies and how you have found the recent experience of lockdown.
Lockdown was hard for me, but I have lots of friends so we spoke over the phone. What a lovely hobby you have, would love to see that. I worked at the Hollands for 31 years as I was a supervisor on welfare, and the last 10 years I made tea and toast for all the teachers and also set the buffet out at parents' evening. Oh, I loved doing that. Well, I will close for now. I miss Hollands. From Pauline.
Best wishes. Oh, what a nice letter.
Let's Be Creatively Connected allows 2 generations to come together. Due to the current pandemic, we have been struggling to go to local care homes like we have done in past years. Instead, we have created a pen pal scheme that has allowed us to talk to the older generation, but in letter form instead of upfront and in person.
Oh, when I received that letter, it made me really happy and I felt good because I live on my own. It was nice to receive a letter from a young person. I think it's a really good idea. It made me feel happy and nice to know that somebody, a younger person, is interested in writing to somebody my age.
Say like if the elderly people don't really have anyone to talk to, it gives them someone else to talk to.
I found it just to be very cool to interact with these elderly people who have obviously had a very different lockdown experience to us.
Receiving a letter was something to look forward to, especially during the COVID when you're restricted to what you can do. And so it was something to look forward to and to inspire you.
When I got my first letter, I was absolutely thrilled about it. She's come across as a very bubbly character. She's interesting, she's funny, and I like to think that the letters I've sent back have been good for her as well. It's not just me that's benefited from it. My friends come and they say, have you got any more letters from your pen pal? My friends say, well, I would have done this, but I got chosen, so I'm very, very pleased.
My favourite quote from a movie is, if you focus on what you left behind, you will never be able to see what lies ahead. I love the meaning of this quote and it really motivates me too. What's your favourite quote from a book or movie? I can't wait to read your reply, Mildred. I hope you have a great day. Remember, you're amazing. What a lovely girl. Truly lovely.
It made me feel wanted because I live on my own and my children live abroad, and I just thought, what a nice thing to do. I think it's a really good idea.
The thing I enjoyed most about the letter was the fact that she was giving me information about her life and what she liked to do, and then asking me what were the other things I liked to do.
The first thing she asked me was, which university did I go to? I said, well, I didn't go to a university. Did you not? And you've got a job here and you didn't go to university. And I was surprised to find out that this girl thought that everybody had to go to a university to get a job.
When we received the letters, we were in the middle of the pandemic and we'd had a few people who had got COVID, so morale was really down, the residents were really down because they hadn't been seeing any of their relatives. And when we got the pen pal letters, we gave them out, and it gave everybody a little bit of a boost and gave them something to focus on.
Just to think that other people were thinking about us and the residents just made all the difference. It did give us a good Christmas.
The Pen Pal project, it's been a wonderful experience for the students, and in terms of meeting the older generation, sharing their experiences through the Intergenerational Pen Pal project. What I've found is that it has changed the views of the older people about the youth of today. They've seen them in a far more positive light. And of course, in these more recent COVID times as well, it's helped reduce the loneliness and isolation of the older people, many of whom are in care homes. And it's given everybody a much greater feeling of well-being and positivity going forward.
The letter exchange has led to us creating large-scale banners to be able to display people's thoughts, feelings and aspirations. We have created this by using extracts and letters and putting them on the banners.
So the children have been working with an artist over the past few months, one day a week, to put these banners together. And the banners are going to be nice and colourful and artistic, but also going to include some of the text from some of the letters which they've picked out and chosen to put onto the banners. I just think it was really good to sort of connect those two generations together, and just for them to sort of understand how each generation was experiencing this pandemic, you know, in their own way.
On this banner we have quotes from different pen pals about their experience of lockdown. The title is taken from a care home residence, and it says, "The pandemic, like all things, will pass."
The title of our banner is "Let's Be Creatively Connected Pen Pal Scheme." It's focused around everyone and the person that we were writing to, so we've put handprints, one for us and then one for the elderly we were writing to, and we wrote their names underneath and some quotes from our letters.
The title of this particular banner is "The Most Important Things in Life Are the Connections We Make." We looked through the letters we received and picked out interesting parts of the people's personalities, so it's about sharing life experiences between the age groups.
They're going to be put together as like a whole exhibition out in public for like the elderly and families and friends to all go see, to maybe raise their spirits a little bit, because we've just had a tough time during lockdown. So it's like a little bit of motivation or a little bit of hope for everyone who lives near.
I personally benefited from this process because it gave me a more unique way of like communicating with somebody through a letter rather than in person, or like some sort of technology, and it's a bit more meaningful.
One of the key things in all of this is that it's fostered really, really positive relationships between the young and the old, and it's something that we hope that many of our students will continue to keep in touch with the people that they've been corresponding with.
This project, it's different, it's exciting, and it's very, very unusual.
Let's be creatively connected.